Hi, Hedwig and I are going to walk you through the 8 rubrics for the critical design review, and we're going to start at the bottom. The last 2 rubrics deal with the degree to which you've applied engineering principles in developing your questions and the answers to those questions at PDR. So what we're really wanting to know here is, have you actually considered the relevant engineering pieces of the problem that you need to try and dig in on? What makes a good sensor? What makes a good application design? What makes a good code design? Have you considered analysis from an engineering point of view? Are you looking at statistical significance? Are you looking at engineering relevant analyses and contexts? And so the degree to which you've applied engineering knowledge in developing your prototype of your piece of your system is what will be assessed in those 2 rubrics. The next one up, number 6, is monitor risks during the life cycle of the project. We're not requiring you to actively manage a risk register for your projects, although some teams are choosing to. What we're really wanting you to do, however, is identify how you've mitigated some of the risks on your project by doing your prototype. How has answering the question or questions that have been most important to you helped you reduce risks on your project going forward? Number 5 is adjust project schedule based on project status. So this rubric is all about recognizing where you're at now. What does your remaining project schedule look like? You should now have a number of answers to the key questions on how to develop your system. What you now need to do between here and the end of your project is finish off that design. So actually build your system and then test it and so on and so forth. We want to see a schedule till the end of the project that's been updated based on the new information you have. Number 4, develop concise and coherent reports and design documents that reflect critical analysis and synthesis. This is our standard communications rubric that deals with the quality of how you convey information to us. Have you told us clearly what your questions were, any questions that evolved over time, and have you provided those answers and the schedule that goes with it? Justify the strengths and limitations of the solution and make recommendation for possible improvements is our rubric number 3. This is the one that deals with the degree to which your simulations or your prototyping were actually representative of the real-world problem. Do you recognize where there were limitations in it? Do you now recognize where there are limitations in your design? And how could you improve on your design based on the new information that you have? Rubric number 2, integrate design subsystems into a complete system. Most of you have chosen, quite rightly, to actually consider a key subsystem of your design where you're not sure how to tackle it. What we want now to see is, have you understood how your new approach to tackling it integrates into the bigger picture? Are there new questions about your bigger picture that you can now provide answers to? Do you have a better idea of how your whole system integrates together? And rubric number 1, apply an iterative process to refine or assign solutions for a given engineering design problem. What we're really looking at here is, have you actually been thinking about the problems in your design as you've been going through the prototyping process? Are you thinking about how you've moved on, how the questions that you're answering are helping you refine what it is you need to do? And are you raising new questions? And if you do raise new questions, can you run new tests? Can you prototype new pieces? What are the things that you're doing to actually move your design process forward? It's perfectly reasonable to have your prototype serve multiple purposes and answer multiple questions. As you start answering one question, another one might form in your group's mind, and you can start investigating that. That is the iterative process when it comes to prototyping. And so there you have it, our 8 critical design review rubrics summarized in less than 5 minutes. Thanks again.